Looking at the past we're coming from tells us who we are, where we're going to, the struggles, all the battles and the pain. We're in the fatherland, right where we belong. Let's take a journey back there to where it all began. Let's know the history of a great Nigeria. We're like a strong tree with roots so thick and deep. We know who we are, we know where we're from.
Hello Nigeria, hello Africa, and our esteemed guest seated right here today, and of course the vibrant student of Nile University. My name is Oyare Oche, and I'll be honored to welcome you to this most phenomenal event set aside to remind us of our history as a nation, Nigeria. And even as we celebrate the 63rd independence anniversary of our great nation, Nigeria, today, it is an honor to take you through this event. So ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, welcome to the grand finale of the Young Historian Competition. There is no better way to honor our great country, Nigeria, on this Independence Day than to commence this program with the national anthem. And to lead us in the rendition of the national anthem is Mr. Kenneth Awenidiame. Put your hands together for him as he leads us through the national anthem. Keep clapping, it's not easy. Keep clapping until he comes up. Keep clapping until he comes up.
Thank you. All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please, shall we all rise up to our feet as we take the national anthem in honor of our great country, Nigeria. So after the count of two, we all sing. 1, 2, sing. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria call, obey, to serve our fatherland with love and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. So let's take the second one. 1, 2, sing. O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and living just and truth. Great lofty height attain, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. a round of applause for yourselves. For our great country, Nigeria. Thank you.
To take us to our next agenda of the program, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Executive Director, Restored Heart Foundation, for his welcome address. Put your hands together for him. It is not easy to champion this cause. It is not easy to overhead the team championing the cause for history. Keep clapping until he comes up. Keep clapping. Do not stop clapping. Do not stop clapping. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to welcome you to the maiden edition of the Young Historian Competition by the Restored Heart Foundation. The Young Historian Competition is an inter-university history competition created to provide a platform for young people in higher institutions to understand Nigeria and African history through healthy rivalry. This year, we had over 2,000 applications, of which only 30 participants emerged at the competition level. 6 of these participants qualified for the quarter-final stage hosted by the University of Calabar, with only 4 further qualifying to compete at the semi-final stage hosted by Bayero University, Kano, after an intense debate competition. The semi-final stage birthed 2 of our finalists competing today at the grand finale for the title of the Keeper of the African History. Our theme for the maiden edition of today's event is Bridging the Past, Building the Future, celebrating Nigeria's journey towards unity and progress. Both triumphs and challenges have marked Nigeria's journey towards unity and progress. We have overcome the shackles of colonialism and emerged as an independent nation, yet we still have a long way to go. It is very imperative to confront the challenges we faced in the past and are still facing in the present with all hands on deck. For only by acknowledging our past can we build a better future. Today, I want us to reflect upon our nation's journey, acknowledging our triumphs and challenges. On this timely occasion, I encourage us to renew our commitment to nation building in every way possible for the development of our nation, because indeed, we are the future of this country. As we celebrate Nigeria's independence, let us all remember the labors of our heroes in the past. Let us remember that our strength lies in our unity. Let us embrace the diversity that defines us, and let it be the catalyst for progress and prosperity. In closing, as we continue to build the future of our dreams, let us remember that history is the bridge that connects the past and the present. Without history, we have no future. Let our nation's independence be a celebration and a call for action for the future. Once again, thank you all for coming, and God bless Nigeria.
Hands together for yourself again. Now, I don't know if you are listening to the welcome address, but if you were listening, you will notice that the Young Historian Competition was a stiff one. It started about 5 months ago with over 2,000 applicants, but just 30 people were chosen to compete for the crown of the Keeper of African History. Those 30 people had to go through 4 rigorous stages. First, the intra-regional competition. Next, the inter-regional competition. Then, the quarter-finals competition. Then, the semi-finals. And today, we are at the grand finale with just 2 finalists. And out of these 2 finalists, just one of them is going to go home with the crown of the Keeper of African History. Put your hands together. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I'm going to ask you to put your eyes to the screen, even as you take a look at the journey thus far. Now, in the next 10 minutes, we'll be listening to our next speaker, who will be taking us on the topic, Bridging the Past, Building the Future, celebrating Nigeria's journey towards unity and progress. This person is a phenomenal woman who I highly respect. She's a research fellow at the Nigerian Army Resource Center and a doctoral student at the Department of History, University of Ibadan. She has served at the University of Ibadan as a teaching and research assistant and lectured at the Admiralty University of Nigeria. This person won the prestigious University of Ibadan's Postgraduate College Teaching and Research Assistant Scholarship for 2018 and 2019. And she was also the winner of the Lagos Studies Association Mentoring Program for Women Graduate Students in Nigeria 2019. She is currently the business manager of the Historical Society of Nigeria. She has published extensively in journals and books and is a co-author of the Nigerian History Test for Junior Secondary Book 1 to 3 and Nigerian History Test for Primary Schools Book 1 to 6. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our phenomenal speaker, our one and only Mrs. Evelyn Owaniba, as she takes us on our keynote speech. Keep clapping, please. I'm going to call someone else here, and it's not going to be high if you don't stop. If you don't keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, the organizers of this event. Like she said, my name is Evelyn Owaniba. I'm a research fellow at the Nigerian Army Resource Center and the business manager of the Historical Society of Nigeria. I'd like to recognize the already established protocol, and I'd like to inform you that I bring greetings from the President, the Executive Council, and members of the Historical Society of Nigeria. We'd like to commend the effort of the Restored Art Foundation for promoting history among young ones through the Young History Competition. We encourage everyone to learn their histories and the history of our dear country, Nigeria, and Africa, among others. The presentation attempts to discuss the topic titled Bridging the Past and Building the Future while celebrating Nigeria's journey towards unity, peace, and progress. You would agree with me that history is a cogent tool that helps us bridge the past with the present and future. History is a noble cause as it helps us understand our past and avoid the pitfalls of such past. In understanding the past, history enables us to make meaningful decisions for a better present and enable projections for future advancement. History helps us understand our journey as a great nation state. It gives us a sense of belonging and helps build patriotism among citizens. As an inquiry into the past based on evidence, history makes us understand our past struggles as a people. It helps us understand the socioeconomic and political conditions of societies, as well as government policies, movements, causes of conflict and progress made in the past. Studies have shown that no country can strive or make progress without taking into consideration the lessons from history. According to Konrad Adenauer, history is the total of things that could have been avoided. It is a vast early warning system. And George Santayana said that those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it. History revolves around humans in their societies. Hence, history studies the changes and continuities of human activities. It helps to identify patterns of growth and development over time and help profess solutions to present occurrences. Our history as Nigerians tells us that the Nigerian state was born in 1914. It also tells us that before 1914, Nigeria comprised several peoples organized into diverse kingdoms, empires, and societies. The people did not live in isolation. They coexisted and interacted vigorously for thousands of years. What this means is that Nigerians have coexisted in this land for many thousands of years. They have traded together, they have intermarried and even fought wars. They have participated in each other's festivals and cultural activities and have maintained their unity in diversity for 109 years, and in the present dispensation for 63 years after independence. During the nationalist struggles, the varied peoples and their representatives opted for an independent Nigerian government based on federalism. The idea of unity, peace, and progress is not a new agenda, but an age-long goal of societies. Early states and societies had pursued this agenda to advance their independent polities. Although the colonial government sought to unite the peoples under one government, their goals had purely economic and administrative motives. However, the goals of unity and faith, peace and progress were upheld by the independent Nigerian state in 1960. This is in recognition of the fact that no country can make meaningful progress without these virtues. Again, this is the beauty of history. It helps us uphold the virtues of the past. Successive Nigerian governments have initiated several policies, programs, schemes, and they've established different commissions, ranging from constitutional reforms and provisions, the 3R projects after the Civil War of rehabilitation, reconstruction, and reconciliation. We talk about the Land Use Decree and its amendment, the NYSC scheme, that's the National Youth Service Corps scheme, and other youth empowerment programs, even women empowerment programs, just to unite the peoples of the country. They also introduced the unitary system of education, or the federal government institutions across the federation. They created states to solve minority problems. They also moved the federal capital territory from Lagos State to Abuja, and also introduced uniform system of local government across the federation. However, the unity and progress of the country have continued to be threatened by certain socioeconomic and political dichotomies. Political and ethnic rivalries, religious intolerance, violent extremism, unequal development, and limited access to resources, among others, have continued to mar the unity and peace of the country. Conflicts emanating from these have triggered violent actions that hampered existing development. Right from independence, the country has witnessed series of political and electoral violence, ethnic uprisings, community conflicts, religious violence, farmer and cattle herder clashes, the indigenous settler divide, minority agitations, resource control, and varied forms of secessionist movements. Oftentimes, these pitch groups against themselves, and in some cases, between groups and troops of the federal government. These problems are not new to Nigeria. They have resurfaced in different forms since the colonial era. The advancement in technology and the proliferation of weapons, owing largely to the porous nature of our borders and maritime domain, have given these conflicts a different dimension. It has led to the rise of more uncontrolled armed groups in the country with increased spate of violence. In recent times, the insurgency and terrorism orchestrated by Boko Haram and its splinter groups have constituted major security threats. It has led to the destruction of lives and property, which has further undermined existing development in the country. Coupled with this is the upsurge of banditry and other criminal activities and widespread violence prevalent across all the regions of the country, with attendant humanitarian crisis. Corruption and lack of accountability and transparency in governance are featured largely in studies as the major obstacles to Nigerian unity and progress. This was a major yardstick utilized by the military to disrupt democratic processes in the 1960s through to the end of the last century. Also, several crises in the country had corruption, government neglect, poverty, inequality, and delayed justice as underlying factors. Several institutions and policies have been established to curb corruption and bring it to the minimum level. Other policies have sought to solve the issues of poverty and unemployment, but the question we will ask ourselves is, has the country be free from all these menaces? The issue of climate change, bloating population, and external security challenges and influences have also had their effect on the country's security and development. There is no gainsaying that Nigeria has had several challenges towards building a united nation. A nation state that comprises over 300 ethnic groups with diverse peoples, cultures, and resources, like every other plural state, would not be bereft of challenges. Efforts made by successive governments have not addressed the problems, as the country is still marred by several socio-economic and political problems. Policies of the government mainly focus on the latest problem of violence without addressing the root causes of such problems. At this juncture, I would like to state that it is important that the government and the people reassess existing policies and tackle structural problems in the country. The government should inquire into the causes of the lingering problems that have hampered the country's unity and progress. In this vein, announcing and reviewing results of studies on different problems of the country would aid in providing research-based policies and implementation. But these cannot in themselves solve the problems of our nation, as it requires political will and the strengthening of state institutions, that is, the judiciary, law enforcement agencies, ministries, and other agencies that implement government policies. The issues of accountability and governance should be revisited to carry everyone along. This will solve the problems of citizens' apathy and underdevelopment. I'd like to conclude by saying that Nigerians are great people and are united to a great extent. In the markets, we buy and exchange our goods and services. In churches, mosques, and other religious places, we worship together. In schools and colleges, we are friends and acquaintances. Even in the workplace, the neighborhood, and communities, we manage our differences and relate with one another, bringing our knowledge and skills, as well as resources to develop our organizations. If we bring this to bear in the larger society and connect with the effort of government leadership, shoving aside our ethnic and religious cleavages, the national goals of unity and faith, peace, and progress will be easy to sustain. Once again, I say congratulations to the Restored Art Foundation and our prospective winners of the Young Historian Competition, and I say happy independence to our great nation, Nigeria. Thank you for listening.
This judge is someone I would like to describe as dynamic, assertive, and committed. He is a strategic business executive boasting a formidable legal background. This person emerges as a powerhouse startup and technology attorney, wielding over a decade of expertise in the realms of corporate commercial law, technology transactions, emerging and high-growth companies, innovation, social ventures, and product. He's not only counseled, but continues to guide a myriad of companies alongside astute investors across diverse industries with an unwavering passion for innovation, technology-driven expansion, and unprecedented growth. His counsel has proven invaluable to VC-backed tech enterprises, and he is further enriched by his involvement in seminal tech ecosystem projects, collaborating with the likes of MasterCard, Gunderson Detmer, and Coley LNP. Now, one fun fact you'd like to know about this, our judge, is when he is not orchestrating market expansions, he's collecting refrigerator magnets. I don't know why, but he's going to tell us. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our first judge, Mr. Chukwuma Okorafor, as he makes his way to the high table. Keep clapping. Yes, yes, that is him. Yes, put your hands together. Thank you so much. Our next judge is a strong advocate for equal rights, youth and civic engagement, inclusion in governance, and sustainable development. He's a project management practitioner and a youth advocate. He has over 9 years' experience in the non-profit sector, working with different community-based organizations and international civil society organizations. He's also a social entrepreneur and owns a social enterprise called Sustainable Pathways Nigeria, a youth-centric development organization. Now, this man has a bachelor's degree in sociology from the University of Abuja. Yes, I was waiting for that. He also has a master's in peace studies and conflict resolution, as well as an associate degree in non-profit leadership and management from Lagos Business School. He is currently the programs manager at Aish Initiative, Abuja, Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome our next judge, Mr. Anthony Eremosele. Please put your hands together for him as he makes his way to the high table. You're highly welcome, sir. Now, our next judge is a woman who is deeply passionate about helping children become confident and assertive. Yes, she is the CEO, Danica Management Consultant. She is also the founder, DACOPSA, and popularly called Children's Public Speaking Coach. She has carved a niche for herself in the communications industry. Yes, she is an exceptional communications person. She has over 2 decades of experience developed via working in industries, several industries across oil and gas, insurance, banking, education, beauty, coaching, and consulting. She holds several certifications for several areas of expertise. She's a distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest qualification at the globally recognized World Public Speaking and Leadership Body. She is an accredited management consultant, a certified emotional intelligence, fear mastery, and anger mastery coach. She is a mental health first aider. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome our phenomenal woman, Mrs. Ikalon Udo. Put your hands together for her. Hey, if you think you have that kind of portfolio, don't clap. But even if you have, clap, or you don't have, none of you have it here, so please clap for her. Keep clapping, keep clapping. Thank you so much. Now, our next judge is someone I highly respect. I would like to refer to him as an exceptional doctor of the mind. Yes. He graduated with first-class honors in psychology, has a Master's of Science degree in clinical psychology with distinction, and had a PhD in psychology also with distinction. Can you beat that? Hey, yes. Now, he started his academic career at Covenant University, Ota, Ogun State, where he taught psychology and leadership courses for almost 12 years before joining Bayes University, Abuja in 2019. He's also a visiting senior lecturer in psychology at Nile University, Nigeria, Abuja. He is the current head of Department of Psychology at Bayes University, Abuja. Within the corporate environment, he has also served as a visiting consultant clinical psychologist at Reddington Hospital, Victoria Island, Lagos, since 2017. and also Lagoon Specialist Suits, VI, Lagos. He's an international clinical affiliate with Optum Health Solutions, United Kingdom, and is the immediate past secretary of the Employee Assistant Professional Association, APA, Nigeria. He is the National Coordinator, Nigerian Mental Health Support Group, and the Director, Mental Health Services at IDO Consulting Limited, Abuja. He formerly served as a stress counselor with the World Health Organization, Nigerian office. He is a licensed clinical psychologist and a practicing psychotherapist. I would also like to add that he's an innovative, engaging, and dynamic teacher. Take it from me because he was my lecturer at Covenant University. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the exceptional, the phenomenal Dr. David Ibokwe, the exceptional doctor of the mind. Put your hands together for him. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, the time we have been waiting for is here. We are going to watch the two finalists argue their way to the crown of the keeper of African history. They are going to be talking on the topic, preserving the legacy, the enduring significance of the labors of our heroes past. And they are going to be speaking for 20 minutes each. Now, our judges are going to be judging them on the following criteria: their confidence, coherence, time management, and then quality of research. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome our first speaker, Luke Damola from the University of Ilorin. Put your hands together for him. Is he here? Yes, Luke Damola, welcome. Yes, no, go this way, come this way. Keep clapping. It's not easy to be part of the last two finalists. It is not easy to come this far after 4 rigorous drilling processes, and he's here at the grand finale. Put your hands together for him as he gives us his presentation.
George Santayana, a Spanish-American-born philosopher, once said, and I quote, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." I would love to ask 2 questions to our audience today. How many of us here knows about the history of our country? How many of us here know that the labors of our heroes past were defining moments in our history? Ladies and gentlemen, honorable audience, diplomats, historians, listeners from around the globe, I am Damola Luke, a student of the University of Ilorin. Today, I'll be setting the discussion on the topic, preserving the legacy, the enduring significance of the labor of our heroes past. As they say, Rome was not built in a day. Nigeria, in her democratic transition, has gone through several phases in her history. But one thing that ensures that Nigeria still stands today is the fact that you and I still ensures that the labor of our heroes past are well and alive. I would love to give due credence to the composers of the Nigerian national anthem. In our anthem lies our ability as a nation to progress. Our anthem portrays our uniqueness. It portrays across board, from the north to the south, to the east and to the west. At this point, I would love to give due credence to the composer of the Nigerian national anthem, Pa Benedict Odiase. In the year 1978, Pa Benedict composed our national anthem. The labor of our heroes past. One of the most famous lines of our national anthem, which brings us here today. Remember, it reminds us of the labor of the fathers of our nationalism, and also every Nigerian who has done nation proud across various fields. At this juncture, we are delving into the first component of our discussion today. Who is a hero? Who are the heroes of our labor's past in essence, and what are the nature of their contributions to our national growth and development? According to Gerard Way, heroes are ordinary people who make themselves extraordinary, and that's it, nothing more, nothing less. I would love to add to this definition Dr. Justus Aboyeji, a senior lecturer from the Department of History and International Studies, University of Ilorin, defines a hero as a person who leaves a long-lasting legacy in the minds of many. The heroes of our past, according to my next slide, the heroes of our past, the Nigerian heroes, are men and women who has made notable contributions to the growth of our nation across various fields. I classify these heroes into three different components: past, present, and unsung heroes. These heroes has made our nations proud in the field of politics, in the field of sports, in the field of entertainment, in the field of music, and also across various fields in the nation. Moving on to my next slide. Yes, in the field of politics, the fathers of our independence, people like Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, people like the Sardauna of Sokoto, Ahmadu Bello, among others, they ensured that Nigeria became an independent state and freed our nation from the shackles of British colonialism. It is not lost on me at this point to mention the father of Nigerian nationalism in person of Herbert Macaulay, who laid the foundation for an independent Nigerian state. Moving on to my next slide. In the field of literature, we had men like Chinua Achebe, who through his books, Things Fall Apart, portrayed the Nigerian culture and by extension, the African culture to other parts of the world. Wole Soyinka today is doing marvelously well in the field of literature. Flora Uwampa inspired a generation of young female Nigerian writers, in which Chimamanda Adichie is part of. These are our heroes in the field of literature. They portray the Nigerian culture and by extension the African culture through their writings. These are indeed our heroes in this field of writing. Moving on to my next slide. In the field of music, we had musicians such as the Afrobeat legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti, who through his music portrayed the Nigerian culture. We had other musicians such as Sunny Ade, among others. In the field of sports, the names are countless. A certain Victor Osimhen today is making the nation proud in Europe. J.J. Okocha, Kanu Wonko, among other sportsmen and women, including Tobi Amusan, a Guinness World Records holder, is making our nation proud today. In the stream of this lecture, I would love to state that there are certain individuals who have done the nation proud, but their contributions are not recognized. These are the people I classified as unsung heroes. Who are our unsung heroes? Our unsung heroes includes our teachers across various institutions, community leaders who ensures the peace and the progress of their community, environmentalists who ensure that Nigeria becomes green, our doctors who stayed in the country and never traveled during the era of COVID-19. These are indeed our heroes, and it is very, very important we give due credence to their efforts to our national development. Moving on to the second component of our discussion today. What are the lessons? What lessons can we learn from the lives and deeds of our heroes? Most Nigerians centers the Nigerian hero only on the fathers of our independence. But I've just made it known to you that our heroes, the heroes of our past, cut across various fields, from literature to music to sports, and across various fields. Now, going on to the next slide, what lessons can we learn from the lives and deeds of our heroes? In terms of leadership, the fathers of our independence, despite their differences, placed the interest of Nigerians at heart. Today, our leaders across various levels should imbibe that quality in them. Irrespective of our differences, from the north to the south, to the east to the west, our leaders from across all levels should ensure that the Nigerian interest is placed at heart. And this is a quality our founding fathers exhibited. And of course, it is important as Nigerians today that we imbibe that quality in ourselves. Moving on to the second lesson, patriotism is key to a progressive nation. As Nigerians today, we have to exhibit that love for our nation. We have to show that Nigeria should come first in every of our dealings. That love should be there. We are in the era of Jackpot, the Yoruba world. People are leaving the countries for that part of the world in search for the so-called greener pastures. But of course, as Nigerians, as you are seated here today, you have to have that at the back of your mind that patriotism should guide the course of your action as a Nigerian. Moving on to the next lesson, knowledge inspires development, and development inspires growth. The fathers of our independence were seekers after knowledge. Even after studying in other parts of the world, they came back to the country and they utilized their intellectual capacity to the benefit of the nation. Today, I urge every Nigerian seated here today and every Nigerian listening from around the world to ensure that we pursue academics. Knowledge is key. If a nation is knowledgeable, yes, a knowledgeable nation will definitely dominate the world. So as a people, we have to pursue
T-minus 9 minutes.
The era of culture and art. Our fathers, moving on to other parts of the world, they portrayed, despite their exposure to Western culture and civilization, they engaged in diplomatic activity, putting on our traditional attire. And even up to date, our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, keeps up with that tradition. So I implore every Nigerian today to ensure that while we venture into other parts of the world, our native attire is portrayed to other culture and civilizations of the world. Having said this, how can we ensure that the labor of our heroes past remains relevant in these present times? The first thing that comes to mind is the teaching of history. History as a discipline should not be left for historians alone. Every Nigerian, every field should be well versed with the history of the country. Just like English language and mathematics, history should be made a compulsory subject that every Nigerian must pass before gaining admission to any higher institution. Secondly, the observance of public celebrations and holidays. By so doing, if we observe public celebrations and holidays in the names of our heroes, of course, it will ring a bell in this generation and also in other generations to come. I would love to speak on community engagement. Just as the Restored Art Foundation is doing, taking history to our universities, we need more initiatives like the Restored Art Foundation to ensure that the history of our country is well engraved in the minds of all and sundry. Moving on to the next slide. How can the stories and sacrifices of our heroes serve as a source of guidance and motivation for the youth of today? In the 21st century, the Nigerian youth are losing touch of the history of the country. We can see it. Some students were called here to give simple answers to a question, but they find it very, very difficult to do that. Yes, and that is the reality on ground. So the first thing it does is that it inspires inspiration for perseverance. Despite as against all odds, our founding fathers and other Nigerian heroes were able to still make notable achievements to the credit of the country. So this serves as a source of guidance and motivation for the youth of today. In terms of leadership and civic engagement, our heroes imbibed in themselves civic responsibility. They placed the interests of Nigerians at heart, and why keeping away their personal interests. I would love to move on to the next slide. How does the recognition of our heroes contribute to a sense of national pride and identity? One, it fosters a sense of pride. it fosters a sense of pride. We are gathered here today because of our heroes. We are proud of them. If we are not proud of them, we will not be here today. So the recognition of our heroes' contribution contributes to a sense of pride. Secondly, it promotes social cohesion. Nigeria is, though we are united in our diversity, but our heroes serve as a melting pot. Our heroes serve as a common ground that brings all Nigerians together. Third, it enhances a shared cultural identity. At this point, I would love to speak to every Nigerian. If you are a Yoruba person, you have to throw away your Yorubaness, in quotes. If you are an Igbo person, you have to take away your Igbo-ness. If you are an Hausa person, you have to take away your Hausa-ness. And as Nigerians, we have to imbibe the spirit of Nigerianness and by extension, the Africanist spirit in ourselves. Moving on to the next slide. According to Tom McCall, heroes are not giant statues framed against a red sky. They are people who say, this is my community and it's my responsibility to make it better. The age of rhetoric is bygone. The age of rhetoric is bygone. I will urge every Nigerian to imbibe the spirit of nationalism. We have to imbibe the spirit of patriotism, the spirit of the love for our country. Nigeria, it is not all doom and gloom for our nation. Our president this morning delivered his speech. Those who read his speech this morning, you could see the level of patriotism, you could see the level of nationalism that was captured in that speech that was delivered by our president. And at this point, I will urge every Nigerian to as well place the interest of the nation at heart. Moving on to, I would love to leave you with a quote by Jide Onwo, a Nigerian TV host and presenter. He says, don't work to change Nigeria because it's a duty. Let's work to change Nigeria because we have no choice. Nigeria is our home. I would love us to have a reflective thinking into the legacies of our heroes past. That will be of beneficial importance not only to our generation, but also for other generations to come. At this point, I would love everybody seated here and everybody following online to join me as we recite the national pledge in order for us to imbibe in ourselves the spirit of nationalism and the spirit of patriotism. At the countdown of 3, I would love everybody to place his or her hand on the chest as we recite the national pledge. 3, 2, 1. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity, and uphold and honor and glory. So help me God. Amen. God bless you all, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
I love the last quote. Our duty to Nigeria, or making Nigerian better, should be done not out of duty, but because we don't have a choice. The truth is, no matter where we run to, no matter where we go, there's no place like home. I know it's cliche, you've probably heard that thousands of times, but it's the truth. There is no place like home. It's better to be, no matter how rich you are in another country, you will always be treated like a second-class citizen. But home is your home. So I want you to raise up your hands with me and say, I. Raise up your hands. I make a resolve to make Nigeria better. Not out of duty, because it's the only option. I make a resolve to make Nigeria better. Not out of duty, but because it's the only option. Yes. And those words, I want those words to stay in your heart. Believe them and make every conscious effort to make Nigeria better. Clap for me, I've given my own speech. Clap for me now. Hey, okay, oh. No problem. If you don't clap for me, I've done my own duty as a Nigerian. At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the 4th the third runner-up and the fourth position of this phenomenal initiative, the Young Historian Competition, the person of Miss Joy Oluwatoyin for her spoken words presentation. Keep clapping for her as she comes up stage. Miss for her.
Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joy Oluwatoyin Adeboye from Adekunle Ajashi University, Akungbako, Kondo State. I'm a 300 level undergraduate student of philosophy. I'll be giving a spoken words on her heroes. Thank you so much as you listen. I was asked, where am I coming from exactly? I told them, I am coming from a land filled with embodiments of beauty, glory, honor, unity. Yes, my heritage is Nigerian. I don't deny the facts because that is my identity. That is where I am coming from. That is what made me, that is what formed me, and that is where you also come from. My historical existence, it lies here. It defines me. I mean, the glory of my hair, my language, my attire, and everything about me. Nigeria defines me. What about you? There is no need to feel it. There is no need to run it down now. I mean, Nigerian grace now automatic. I mean, say this thing automatic already. Like, it is automated. We are blessed in Nigeria, and you would agree with me. A weak foundation. If it is weak, how can we rebuild it? Will you allow Nigerians to get spoiled in your hands? Absolutely no. This country is in our hands, and we must all embrace it with glory, with all splendor, with all adorations. We must embrace it with all our hearts, our beauty, and with everything we have in us. We break the past to build the future. The labors of our heroes. I mean, these people, they do so much. How would you just allow their efforts to just be wasted that way? Why would you just treat them like a puppet? I mean, we need to carry them like gods, like demigods. Tafawa Balewa, Obafemi Awolowo, they did great things in this country. Yapuku Gowon, they did great things in this country. Have you forgotten? These people stood for this country to become one as Nigeria. I salute all the ones who never give up on Nigeria. These people that paid with their blood. I mean, this blood that runs through the vein, that runs through your body, they paid with their life and with all their tears and with everything they have in there, they paid with their life that is sacred. How would you just forget about them? You have to celebrate these heroes with everything you have. I mean, you have to celebrate them. They deserve to be celebrated with everything you have in them. Abi, you won't give up. You know if you give up. Nigeria, now our home country. If you are our home now, she cannot give up. Abi, you want Japa? You know they go anywhere. We go fix this country. We go fix them. We go become better. We go sweeten us. We go sweeten our belly. Wella. Abi, you won't make that work ways. You know if you ways, you know if you possible. Dear Nigerians, okay, relax. I mean, I want you to relax. Just think, when are we going to rise? Until we rise as Nigeria. All the African countries cannot rise. Our place as the giants of Africa is still there. I mean, it is still standing strong. We have the positions as a great country in Africa. Okay, all right. Don't worry. Just, no, We are built already, we are made already. I mean, Nigeria is great, it's beautiful. Today is our Independence Day. It speaks so much. But if I say my head won't bust, my head won't bust. But my head go even bust safe. Nigeria said they bust my bubble. If they bust my bubble, like everything in me, if they bust my bubble. Arise, O compatriots, Nigerian call Hobe to serve our father's land. Just they play, oh, they play, they look me. Just they look me. If they look me right, well done. But then, let's embrace a true Nigeria that will be true to everybody. Let's foster a spirit of nationalism in us so that we can achieve that glory that we will want. Nigeria go better. No Japan, this country go better. Happy Independence Day. I am Jolu Atoyi once again from the southwest of Nigeria, Ondo State. I'm a Yoruba girl by tribe. Mokinyipe Aku Ominira. Happy Independence Day. Thank you.
Are you clapping? Are you clapping? Aku Ominira. Joy, did I get it right? Okay, I'm a Nigerian. I have an ear for languages, so when I hear one, I always like to imitate as soon as possible and as right as I can be. So we are going further in the program, and we are still in the competition. And we are going to be having a second contestant to still take on the topic, preserving the legacy, the enduring significance of the labor of our heroes past. In the next 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Abdulmalik Abubakar from Bayero University, Nigeria, as he takes on his presentation. Keep clapping. Don't stop clapping until he comes on stage. If you stop clapping, I'll call you to come and do his work. Please stop, don't stop clapping. Thank you. Go ahead. You have 20 minutes.
Today is an Independence Day. The 1st of October 1960 was the day Nigeria attains to its independence. We all gather today, here and outside here, over 200 million Nigerians celebrating this very important day of our independence. Mr. Chairman, sir, permit me to join my fellow Nigerians to say Happy Independence Day, 63 years anniversary of Nigeria attaining to its independence. The panel of our impartial judges, the accurate timekeeper, the MC for today, the honorably invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Abdulmalik Abubakar Isa, representing Bayero University, Kano. I am here to present on the topic, preserving the legacy of our heroes past. The enduring significance of the labor of our heroes. Looking at the context of today as an Independence Day, I believe it is deliberate to contextualize this topic for today in order to appreciate our past heroes who labored for our independence, our political heroes, not disregarding the significant contribution that was given by other heroes in different spectrum of Nigeria's development, from religious side, from military side, business side, literature side, and other important side for the development of Nigeria. Looking at the board, these are Nigerians who are celebrating Nigeria's independence. They were the first set of Nigerians on the day Nigeria attained to its independence that they celebrated Nigeria's independence. Yes, we should celebrate, but then why do we celebrate Nigeria's independence? What were the happenings behind celebrating Nigeria's independence? Then, who are the people that stood behind Nigeria's independence, that became her heroes, whom we are singing their song today after they have been long dead, but their spirit is together with us. This is the journey I will invite you through to know about those patriotic, charismatic, and nationalistic Nigerians that stood behind the celebration of this day we are celebrating today in Nigeria. This is a very well-known man to you. His face is very famous. This is the first Nigeria's Prime Minister, Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, the golden voice of Africa, who received the symbol of Nigeria's independence on the 1st of October 1960. He has a very important message to speak to you and I and other Nigerians.
I do honestly believe that one primary essential to international friendship and cooperation is for each man to be true to his religious beliefs and to reaffirm the basic principles of his particular creed. It may be that then, when we hear the world crying out for peace, we may receive the inspiration to deal with these intractable problems and be able really to devote all our resources to the advancement of mankind by applying those eternal truths which will inevitably persist long after we ourselves are utterly forgotten. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, our dear father. Let's Alhaji Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. Please, a very big round of applause to our dear father, the first and only Nigeria's Prime Minister, the golden voice of Africa. But before analyzing his statements, let me take you briefly through the history of Nigeria. How did we come about? How Nigeria began? Then we shall appreciate our purpose as one united, indivisible, indissoluble, sovereign nation to be called the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Before the coming of colonial masters, we were never Nigeria. Each region was standing on its own. Many Europeans came to Nigeria, but I will concentrate on the colonial masters relative to our topic for discussion today. They came to Lagos and invaded Lagos in 1851. In 1861, they annexed Lagos. Through that contentious treaty signed by King Dosimo, annexing Lagos to the colonial masters. Then they declared Lagos in 1862 as a British colony. After that, they extended their mission to the southern Nigeria, where they amalgamated Lagos Colony and southern Nigeria to be known as Lagos Colony and Protectorate of Southern Nigeria. They never relented. They extended to the north and amalgamated the northern Nigeria together with the southern Nigeria, or the Protectorate, and Lagos Colony to be known as the Protectorate of Northern Nigeria. That is when we started as a country called Nigeria. You can clearly recall in 2014, we celebrated 100 years centenary of existence as Nigerians. Quickly, there were no space for Nigerians, despite being in Nigeria. The colonial masters left us on the streets without any voice in the governance of our country. We were not slaves, but we can be called slaves because we never partook in the governance of our country. Then the early move against British colonial rule. The domination by British colonial masters led nationalistic Nigerians and other patriotic Nigerians like Herbert Macaulay to start the move for the liberations of Nigerians. In 1925, amazing, a Nigerian from outside Nigeria in Britain formed West African Student Union, the first union which stretched its branches across West African countries. And served for the participation of Nigerians in their governance. But then, it was not a political party. Mr. Herbert Macaulay in 1920 formed Nigerian National Development Party, NNDP. That party was the first party that was granted chance to participate in election for only 2 Nigerians to participate in the governance of their country, Lagos and Calabar, only, with the exclusion of northern region. That's why these people must be appreciated for their diligent job to see we realize ourselves. Patriotic Nigerians. After the formation of these parties and some few Nigerians started participating, then there was need for expansion, because I told you northern Nigeria was not included in the participation. Then the creation of northern region by the Richard Constitution in 1943. The creation of regions, north, west, south, eastern regions, sorry. After the creation of these regions, then the full-blown political move started widening all over. Nigerians started participating in the political parties formed at that time. In the north, the famous Northern People Congress. In the west, the Action Group led by Chief Obafemi Awolowo. In the east, NCNC, Nigerian National Council of Nigerian Citizens, which was formerly called National Council of Nigeria and Cameroon, led by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. These were the leaders that took Nigeria to the limelight and attained to its independence. Independence era. Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, having come from the majority party, became the Nigeria's Prime Minister. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe became the Governor General of Nigeria, and Obafemi Awolowo became the strong opposition in the Federal Legislative Council. This is the picture of the people I am talking to you, whom you might have known them on the currency note of Nigeria and other monuments we have in Nigeria. Beside these people, Mr. Herbert Macaulay, due to the role he played, was called father of Nigerian nationalism, who was born in Lagos and was the first person to establish a political party in Nigeria. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who was born in Niger State in the year 1904. He was the first president of Nigeria. And Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, the first Nigerian Prime Minister, who was born in Bauchi State in the year 1912. Sir Ahmadu Bello Sardauna of Sokoto, the first and only northern Prime Minister, who was born in Sokoto State in the year 1910. The next is Chief Obafemi Awolowo, who was born in Ikenne, Ogun State, and was the key proponent of Action Group Party, who was born in the year 1909. Chief Samuel Laduke Akintola, the Premier of the Western region after the infamous crisis that broke away the Northern region to the creation of Midwestern region. Next is Chief Michael Opara, the Premier of the Eastern region. The last one is Chief Anthony Enahoro, who was the father of Nigeria, to be the first person to move the motion in the Federal Legislative House in the year 1953 for the self-rule to be granted to Nigeria. Others include Dennis Osadebe, who was the Premier of the Eastern region, also under NCNC. These are the faces of other Nigerians that were also together with these fundamental Nigerian leaders who stood still the Nigeria's independence. We have Chief Oyo Eta from Edo State, from Akwa Ibom State. We have Malam Aminu Kanu, the father of the masses of Nebu. We have Funmilayo Ransom Kuti, Nigeria. We have Jaja Onwachuku, the first the first Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives, the first permanent representative of Nigeria at the United Nations. We have Margaret Efo, the lady among the ladies, who was the first person to stage a protest for those people that were killed in Enugu, that were mining under the British system, for justice to reign in that time. Michael Opara, Hajia Gamba, Michael Imodu, Hajia Gamba Sawaba, and Sawun Tarka. There are exceptional qualities we should learn from these leaders that we are singing their song today. They are there on the notes of our currency due to the exemplary role they played. We should learn their own dedication for the liberation and freedom of ours. We would have now become slaves if not for their work to salvage us to be free citizens that we now enjoy ourselves as citizens all over the world. We should learn their dedication and sacrifice to their leadership role and exemplary skills and philosophy in their leadership. Unity to achieve a particular goal. These leaders are those, despite their diverse cultures, ethnic groups, and religion, they came together under one single voice, nothing but the freedom of Nigerians. How I wish our leaders of today will imbibe this exemplary attitude. Love for the masses and followers, progressive mind. You remember Obafemi Awolowo was the first person to implement free basic education for all children in Western Nigeria. Focus and vision. Ahmed Bello was the first person to have the focus that the North, throughout the period of colonialism, never had a university. He laid the foundation and built the famous and one of the top universities all over Africa, Ahmed Bello University, Zaria. Selflessness. They came to give but not to take, in the famous words of the late Damasan Kanu. And lastly, patriotism. They are truly patriotic who drove Nigeria to the light of independence. This small child is smiling because he is now not a slave. All of you are free gentlemen. Therefore, we must be smiling because of these leaders stood to see that we became free citizens in our country. Therefore, we should preserve the legacies of these leaders. Besides putting them on the currency notes and other things, we should inculcate the spirit of their patriotism to our younger ones in schools through their courses and teachings, so that we have another replicas of Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, whom we always sing his song. We should develop archives, monuments, and hagiographies to always remember these leaders were not sent, but rather patriotic and nationalistic leaders. By conducting annual memorial lectures in honor of their living souls, we should create charity groups and foundations in their names to supplement their effort and dreams. We should immortalize their pictures and statues at public places and museums. We should establish tombs in their honors. I left Kano State. The tomb of late Damasan Kano was under construction. How I wish everyone I mention here, his special tomb will be built for other generations to come, century of years in the future, to see and witness these leaders as if they are present alive. By emulating their practice and attitudes in our daily life, being on the currency notes is not something easy. How can you be? How can I be? How can we all be? And other spectacular achievement if we become good people. So these people are the characters that we should emulate and imbibe in our daily life as the leaders we always adore, cherish, and respect and admire.
T-minus 2 minutes.
Generation to learn. As I mentioned about these leaders, we can see no doubt Nigerians of today and the future can get hugely inspired from the patriotic services of our greatest heroes and heroines, whose labor for our motherland will continue to outlive them for many centuries to come. Hence, both the present and the future generations of Nigerians have it all to learn at their disposal from the spirit of nationalism and human freedom of Mr. Herbert Macaulay. The progressive mind and vision of Chief Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the courage and determination of Mr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the leadership philosophy and generosity of Sir Ahmad Bello, and the foreign philosophy and national unity of the late former Nigeria's Prime Minister Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. These are the leaders, you see their pictures, dining and wining together, but we are today fighting one another. We have left our past. We should revisit and appreciate the leaders' contribution of our heroes. Politics without bitterness, building a country which we are all proud of, with rich cultural heritage, laying a strong foundation towards attaining self-rule, good governance, exemplary leadership, selflessness, and national consciousness, action for national unity, peace, and integration, social awareness, freedom, and human liberation, tolerance, understanding, and national brotherhood. May we have a better country that we all be proud of. Nigeria is our only country. We have no other country
4,
like
3, 2, 1, 0.
Thank you very much. Did you enjoy that presentation? If you did, please put your hands together and make a loud noise for him. Woo! Yes!
A speaker once said that men are the custodians of revolutionary change within the political structure of any nation. Men, not by factor of gender, but by the strength of their character. So when he was done, I lifted up my hands and asked one question. What does it take to be a man? What is the defining lining in the manly designing? When we speak of men, do we speak of broad shoulders, chiseled abs, or bearded faces? Is it in the depth of your voice or the in-depth of knowledge? I ask again, what does it take to be a man? Are all males men? If no, then what then? But I put it to you, do we have men in Nigeria? Have we had men in Nigeria? In this time of celebration, if we have had men, let's celebrate them. If we have men, let's celebrate them. If you're not yet a man, be a man. Your nation needs you. Thank you very much for having me. My name is B6. I'm a poet. I'm not done. Thank you, Nile University. Thank you, this beautiful foundation for organizing this. Okay, that was an appetizer, okay? So let's go to the main course meal, okay? The time has come when we ask ourselves where to find illumination in this unending phase of obscurity, when the antipathy of our present reality has forced our hands to maturity, when we, as giants of Africa, must go to the answer and consider her ways, for therein lies wisdom for our days. When we look at our history, we know we've patronized the belly of the beast with the dreams and hopes of our kids, because when the generation of my father speak of the nation they grew into, I get lost in Nigerian paradox of development. 63 years is gone, to be precise. And we mark the celebration of emancipation from what we felt was our greatest demise. Yet, within ourselves, we treat with neglect and great despise. Because what just is isn't really justice. So take your eyes off the cheers and all the claps. Because my generation and past generations, we are all living in a trap. Yesterday, I asked my father questions he asked his own father. And painfully, the trajectory of the answers was a downward sloping graph. A simple question I asked: what was Nigeria like in your days? Now to the young people of this nation. We had totally lost patience, consequently trading our good fortune to men with magic fingers like Harry Potter. Then when their abracadabra backfired, we started a propaganda that lacked magic. This propaganda has put us in a very precarious situation. But because we believe in building a new house that will subdue the effect of the greenhouse, we believe in the future. The future, which is the inheritance of the young, the foremost reality of children today, the greatness that is to come, the hope we all look forward to. For in this hope, we lay the foundations today. Happy Independence, Nigeria. God bless you and God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
At this moment, please make welcome another amazing performer, exceptional singer, a young man with a sonorous voice. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome Nile. Keep clapping. Don't stop clapping till he comes up.
Hi everyone. Hello, how are you feeling today? I'm not seeing the smile, please. It's independence. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, better. It's independence. I'm not seeing smiles like that. I like joy. I like it when people are happy because it's like our logo. Nigerians are happy on any situation. Anyhow it be, we go end up in happiness. All right, so I come with a very simple song that I would like us to sing together as I teach it. It says, I did try my best today, show say I get something inside. I go dey wait for the day it go manifest. See, not just a matter of time. I go dey push, I no go give up till I get to the top. And if I fall, I go get up, I go rise non-stop. Them they say if you know no person, when no person, say you no go blow. You no go blow. Alright, let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, listen. Nile on this one, no. Yeah. Ready to get you a thing. I did try my best to the show, say I get something inside. I go there wait for the day you go manifest. Not just a matter of time. I go get up, I go try to stop. Them they say if you know no person, you know go blow, oh go blow. Them they say if you don't get money to pay person, you know go blow, you know go blow. But we know they give shishi, we go they do things according to God's plan. We know they give shishi, we go they move till we get to the promised land. We know they give shishi, we go they do things according to God's plan. We know they give shishi, we go they move till we get to the promised land. See till we get skills, talent full for body. I they try, I they put in work, come on. See, I don't send nobody. I go stay focused, I develop myself till I hit the target. If them like me, them no help. Still I got no regret. We got no regret. And they say if you know no person, we no person, you know go blow, no go blow. Them they say if you don't get money to pay person, go blow, you know go blow. But you know they give shishi. this land, yeah. So that's why we know they give shishi. To scale down, we know they give shishi. To get admission, we know they give shishi. To get employment, to win elections, no they give shishi. No.
Together again for El Nayan. Okay. Put your hands together again. Now at this juncture, I'm going to invite a representative from Alice Caris Gas Limited for their partner's speech. Put your hands together for the representative of Alice Caris Gas Limited for their partner's speech. Keep clapping as it comes up. Yes. Keep clapping as it comes up. It is not easy to see a vision and key into it.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Before I proceed, I just want you to turn to the person on your left and on your right and say Happy Independence Day. Thank you very much for indulging me. My name is Esther Eze. I am the Compliance and Public Relations Officer at Alice Caris Gas, and I'm so delighted to be here to represent my company at the maiden edition of the Young Historian Competition. So before I proceed, I'd just like to say that the conversations about preserving the legacy of the labors of our heroes past have been very insightful, and it places a responsibility on each and every one of us in this room to be grounded in Nigerian history. None of us just literally fell from, like, we didn't fall from the sky, and
nothing we do just happens. We are creatures of history. We have a past, and it's always important that we, one way or the other, get an opportunity to reflect on that past so that we can learn from it to make better decisions in the present and better equip ourselves for the future. We understand that as a company operating within the gas subsector of the Nigerian oil and gas industry, things haven't always been like this. The oil and gas industry is always evolving, and with the clamor to transition to cleaner energy solutions, we understand that we're better positioned to drive and participate in the realization of this growing demand. We are an indigenous LPG company. By indigenous, I mean a company by Nigerians for Nigerians. And so we are strategically located within at least 3 regions, the Southwest, the South-South, and the North-Central, to cater to the growing demands of LPG in Nigeria. Just so that I do not take away the spotlights from today's event, we are particularly pleased to have partnered with the Restored Heart Foundation on the maiden edition of the Young Historian Competition. This particular initiative is very important to us because it utilizes education through our history to remind us of who we've been in our past, offering us an opportunity to learn from our mistakes, to make better decisions in the present, and further equip us to take on the future. With that, I want to welcome everyone for being here today. Thank you to everyone who is here today. Thank you for the opportunity to be a partner on this project. And to the finalists, congratulations. Thank you.
At this moment, I'm also going to call on the representative from DG Piper for your partner speech. Put your hands together for the representative of DG Piper as he comes forward for his partner speech. Keep clapping. Don't stop clapping. A round of applause.
Okay, thank you. Happy Independence, everyone. My name is Junai Dolaridwan, the CEO of the Piper. Thank you also for the warm introduction. It is truly a pleasure to be here today among all the amazing youth and historian. As an Afrocentric scholar myself, I would say that we should learn to uphold the African perspective of what history holds. We should look at inward into how we can properly speak on behalf of African and not just what the Europeans or what the imperialists have spoken about in regards to what the African does. Now, one of our vision at DigiPiper is not just to make easy the mundane aspect of human life. We are a technology-driven industry that look forward to creating an easier bill payment solution to everyone. And we are looking forward to also roll out some innovative things that is particularly for the youth and even young historians, which is one of the reasons why we are so happy to be part of this. And once again, I congratulate everyone for being part of this event, and especially, once again, the youth. Please, let's endeavor to speak of African from an African perspective and not just a European perspective. Thank you very much.
It started about 5 months ago with about 2,000 applicants making their interest to join the competition. However, just 30 people made it into the competition. Now, out of those 30 people, 4 people came up top. And now, I'm going to announce the position for the 3rd and 4th prizes. Right now, the person that came 3rd after 4 rigorous stages of the competition, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rose Toyo John. Put your hands together. She came 3rd in the competition. And the 4th position goes to Miss Joy Oluwatoyin Adeboye. Put your hands together for her as she comes up. Yeah, she's the person that gave us the amazing spoken word. Keep clap. Oh, okay, you know me now. Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. She came 4th position in the competition. Now to present the award to Miss Joy, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the CEO, DigiPiper, Mr. Junaid Ridwan, as he presents the award to the 4th position of the Restored Heart Competition, Young Historical Competition. Put your hands together for her, for him, as he comes up to give the award to her.
On behalf of Restore Arts Foundation, I want to congratulate you on coming forth. Before presenting the award, I would like to let you understand that coming forth is not a bad thing, and you should endeavor to further improve yourself in terms of your understanding of the history of Africa and Nigeria as a whole. So congratulations.
So it's important to announce congratulations again, Joy. Congratulations, big congratulations. 4th position is still a win. I mean, to participate in this competition is a win. It's a show of your intelligence and to show how much you love the country and the continent of Africa. So congratulations again. Put your hands together for her once more. Now, it's important to note that the second runner-up, that's the 3rd position, Ms. Rose, is not around to receive her award. So, we're just going to skip to the moment of truth. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a time we've all been waiting for. The results are here in my hands. Our last 2 finalists have fought hard throughout the competition. They have done their best. They have gone through the intra-regional competition, the inter-regional competition. They went on to the quarterfinals and then to the semi-finals, and they made it through to the grand finale. Put your hands together for them. Right here today, they displayed their knowledge, their love and passion for their country and for the continent Africa. And so right now, the judges have made their decision. Can I ask that the last two finalists comes and join me on stage, Abdul Malik and Luke. Please put your hands together for them as they come up stage. Put your hands together. Don't stop clapping. This is the time we are going to know who the champion is, who the keeper of African history will be, who is going to take the crown. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your last two finalists. Yes. Okay. So, the criteria that our judges use to decide the winner. 1, presentation slides, delivery and confidence, depth of research, and coherence. The first position and the winner of the maiden edition of the Young Historian Competition is Happy Independence Day, Nigeria. Wait now. Happy Independence Day, Nigeria. Okay, I'm serious now. The champion, the keeper of African history is Young Historian Foundation. What did I say? Young Historian Competition. Young Historian Competition. I'm not calling it if you don't answer. Young Historian Competition. Young Historian Competition. Keeper of African history. The keeper of African history with 87 points. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Abdul Malik Issa Abubakar. Woo! Yes, he is the keeper of African history.
I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
A standing ovation for the champion.
Stand up.
A standing ovation for the keeper of African history.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Here we go. It's getting close.
Congratulations to our winner. A big congratulations and a standing ovations. Put your hands together for him. Yes. He has fought hard and he has emerged the winner. But again, a congratulations goes to Luke Daramola for coming this far. Please clap your hands together. Put your hands together for him as well. Well done. At this juncture, I'd like to call on the Executive Director, Restored Heart Foundation, to present the award to the winner. Put your hands together for him as he comes to present the award to the winner of the maiden edition. Yeah, aw, I love it. The bromance. Congratulations, yes.
So I'd like to present the award to the first position of the Young Historian competition to Mr. Abdul Isa. And the award of the first runner for the Young Historian competition goes to Luke Daramola Idowu. So the grand prize for the winner of the Young Historian competition is a whooping sum of 500,000 naira in scholarship. And this is going to Abdul Malik Isa Abubakar. A round of applause, please. In addition to this, he has also won himself an all-expense-paid trip to Nairobi, Kenya. A round of applause for him, please.
Chant I just heard. What is that? Congratulations again to the winner. Put your hands together for him. Now to give the award to the second position, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the representative of Alex Kairis Gas Limited to present the award to the second position. Put your hands together. Please put your hands together to the representative of the CEO, Alex Kairis Gas Limited, as she presents the award to the second position. Tickets to Kenya. Hey, can you see that? It pays to know about your history. It pays to know about your history. Yay or nay? Put your hands together again for this winners.
Where we're going to, the struggles, all the battles and the pain. We're in the fatherland. Right where we belong. Let's take a journey back there to where it all began. Let's know the history of a great Nigeria. We're like a strong tree with roots so thick and deep. We know who we are. We know where we're from. Arise, oh compatriots, young historians, tell me the story now.
Thank you, everyone. Hello. I thank you all. I really feel excited and very much mesmerized with this wonderful victory. I can't express my happiness by this memorable occasion in the history of my life. As a law student, to be able to cross these rigorous processes through the length and breadth of history. It's not easy, but God made it happen. I thank God once again. The journey so far is very interesting. I must give my kudos to the organizers of this competition. Every requirement it takes to have an excellent stage through this competition has been laid by the organizers of this event. They hosted us at the quarter-final stage in Unicalaba. We went there, we came back joyfully with all the interesting experience. Before we know it, they said, come back to Enugu. For me, it has never been, I have never been to Enugu really, even to Calabar, I've never been there. So I received the message like, let me try. Later some things made it to be rescheduled to my university, BUK, where I got double responsibility to rescue the image of the university. I've also been one of the student leaders in the university. I know all the students will come, though God would decide the one He wishes to be, and God made it that I should be. I really thank God. I could never forget in my life. And now for the grand final in Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria, Federal Capital Territory. Do you know what? I've never been here before. Yes, now, that is the exaltation of knowledge. Never underrate and underestimate the power of knowledge. Since we were in primary school, our teachers used to tell us that read everything that comes your way, because you don't know the area of knowledge that will excel you in life. As a law student, I feel like law is above all courses. It will be my pride, it will be my shining eye, an eye-opener to the world, but history made it for me. What a wonderful and amazing experience. The people I met through this competition process are people that I always get a lot from, starting from my closest and best friend, Mr. Luke Daramola, the diplomatic historian. He is a history student, and I fetch a lot of knowledge from him and confidence, as if each one of us will render the victory to the other because of the bond we have established so far from the time we met. Joy, she is joy really, because she is always joyful. I will drive joy by mingling with you always. So the name bears the personality. And others, Alex, my friend also who read law at the University of Calabar, Burial, and the other two, we have Rose, who could not make it. She missed her flight. I miss Rose.
And
yes.
all your fans have been supporting you.
Yes. Let me end my word, since you have been here for a long time. I thank you all, the audience who took your time to come here and share this joyous moment with us. I beseech you all to continue your praise for Young Historian Competition, because they have come up with a brand and amazing program that will advance our African history. I really feel proud as an African today. I can beat my chest everywhere as an African and tell anyone I meet that Africa has everything. Africa is my motherland. Africa is my base and home. I'm proud as an African. I will forever be proud as an African and Nigerian.
Africa is proud. You too.
Thank you so much, everyone, to our judges. We really appreciate. May Allah reward you all, increase more health and health in you.
2,
better
1, 0.
Again for the African hero, the keeper of African history. Yes, that is a winner speech. You know, there's something about a winner speech. It won't end. It doesn't want to end. Put your hands together again for Abdul Malik. Yes. What an amazing day it has been. Indeed, this is one way to celebrate Nigeria at 63. Do we agree? It has been indeed an amazing evening. I want to say again, many thanks to the organizers of this invaluable initiative, Restored Heart Foundation. Now, this initiative aims to promote the study of history across Africa at the tertiary educational level. I want to say thank you to all our supporters who have keyed into this initiative, Career Paddy, Alex Caris Gas Limited, and DG Piper, pardon me, yes, DG Piper. And of course, I'm calling to all viewers and all members who are here, all the guests who are here, please show your support. Do not stop preaching the gospel of the Young Historian Competition, because this is what we need at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, many thanks again for coming. My name is Oyare Oche. Many thanks. Enjoy your evening. Bye.
I sincerely want to appreciate Restored Heart Foundation. Like, this is the first edition, and it beats my imagination. How everything was coordinated from the beginning stage, which brought together everybody from each region. We compete together to get to the knockout stage. The questions were so challenging. It was structured in such a way. We got to a stage that you have to say the answers. There are no options for you. And from there to the public speaking stage that has to do with research. I conducted research, and I have to start obtaining truths, facts about my country. There are some things they even told us about this country that are not true. But with the Young Historian Competition, I have been able to find out the truth about this country. And I've been able to acquire that this country is so blessed, is so endowed. I am so happy with this competition. Every stages, I am comfortable with it. It is very, very okay. The processes, there is no cheating, there is no manipulation. The judges are independent. You don't know anybody, nobody knows you. The judges are very independent in delivering the responsibilities. So I thank Restored Heart Foundation, and this is a call on other NGOs in Nigeria to set up educational initiatives that can drive change in the educational system in Nigeria. Thank you.
So my experience thus far in the Young Historian Competition, I must say, has been fast, furious, and rigorous. It has not been an easy journey, right from the inception of the competition down to the grand finale. But in the midst of all this, yeah, God has been faithful. You know, He has served as that source of strength and inspiration. You know, having to skip my examinations. You know, despite my busy schedule on campus as a class rep, you know, as a politician. In the midst of all this, the passion of history still keeps burning in me. And my word of commendation to the organizers of this initiative, you know, which is the Restored Heart Foundation, is for them to ensure that this initiative continue, you know, for years to come, and that this initiative is taken to other parts of West Africa, and of course to every region within the African continent. It's a very, very good thing that the organizers are not restricting the applicants to only history students alone. Yeah, so I would love them to, you know, leverage on that. I would love them to, you know, make more consolidation on that by incorporating students from other fields, you know, to actively participate in the Young Historian Competition. So that for me, it's enough.
I'm very much excited and elated today to emerge as the crown custodian custodian of African history through the Young Historian Competition 2023 that we participated. I can't describe my happiness because this has been an amazing journey, a very lengthy process through the stages that we have been participating. And having been a law student, it's not easy for somebody to be the champion of African history. All the stages that we pass through are not easy really, but with the support, coaching, and training by Rostad Heart Foundation to see that we come to this level, I can't describe my happiness really, because I am now, with all sense of humility, the custodian of African history. I'm very much excited. I'm very much happy for this victory.
Young Historian Competition, the keeper of African history.